Welcome back to my channel. So yeah, I guess last week, I only took last week off. It was my birthday week and weekends and Easter. So I chose to spend that time with my family and do things for my birthday. But yeah, I'm back. I'm so excited. I always say that I'm so excited about my tutorials. But tonight I'm really excited because I really got to get super creative, really show my artistry skills and, you know, just get back into what I love, like painting and body paint, which is so fun. I mean, it is a pretty long process, especially with me because I'm a detail freak. But yeah, it turned out so beautiful. I was really inspired by this painting. I don't know if it's an Asian painting, but it is a painting of an Asian woman. She say it's more of like the Chinese culture that she looked like she was from. And she was so beautiful. She was painted in blue, and she was wearing like this beautiful like kind of like robe, but I don't know, I wanted to mainly focus on the neck piece, and I just painted the rest of myself blue. So I wanted to kind of modernize it and I guess make it a little more sexy. I don't know, you guys know I'm always into being a little more sexy. But again, yeah, it was just such a beautiful picture. I've also been really inspired to get back into more of my body paint and really showing like my artistry skills because NYX Face Awards is coming up. I think in a couple more days from now, on April 4th, they're going to start accepting entries for the Face Awards. So yeah, I'm super excited, and so I'm getting in the spirit of the competition and really trying to work on my craft and doing things more out of the box than what I normally do. So this is just the start. And yeah, I'm just super excited about it. So yeah, I hope you guys love how this look turned out. And if you want to learn how to achieve it, then please keep watching.
Let's get started. First, I'm priming my face. This one is from the Sephora brand. You always want to use a primer before you apply a whole bunch of makeup. It makes your makeup last longer, conceals pores, and just a perfect foundation start. So now I'm grabbing this jumbo white pencil called Milk by NYX Cosmetics, and I'm using that to outline where my my garment is going to be, like the whole collar. Now I'm grabbing this Splash Color Palette. This one is a dupe for Makeup Forever Splash Color Palette, the 12 colors. This is perfect. I just used the two blues, predominantly the aqua color, and blended in just a little of that deeper blue, just to, I don't know, try to get the perfect color in regards to the painting. Okay, and you want to just apply this blue paint the same way you do your foundation, but you want to focus it in the areas that that you're not applying or drawing your chest piece, the collar, and you know, the rest of the area. But as far as your skin, everywhere that will be your skin, that's where you want to apply that blue. So even in the your part of your hair, try to do like hair-like strokes to really make it look a little more realistic. Okay, now I'm grabbing this translucent powder from Ben Nye, and I'm using this to set under my eyes and in all the other areas that you would normally highlight. This is perfect because, I mean, it looks white now, but it'll dry clear and it'll make it matte and make your face paint last all day. So it's perfect for this. And so after, like, I guess like a few seconds, 30 seconds to a minute, after we allowed our face to bake, if you will, you're just going to gently sweep that away with some light blue eyeshadow or another blue powder, just gently, just to you know, help remove that white cast. And now I'm just also using blue eyeshadow to just set in those other areas that I didn't highlight. grabbing this palette by NYX Cosmetics, their Pro Contour palette, and I'm picking up the deepest brown of that palette, and I'm using that to go in as my contour shade. So I'm just sculpting out my cheekbones, the temple of my forehead, but I am making it a little more dramatic as far as in regards to, like, I just want to make it a little bit more like the picture. So I'm doing the usual contour, but I'm bringing it over a little bit more just to create even more shadow that is a little more reminiscent to the picture that I'm, you know, getting my ideas from. So yeah, I'm just making my lips look like they're popping out a little bit more, adding a little shade under there, just defining my lips a bit more and creating a little bit more of that, I can't think of the actual name, but it's like the Superman chin because she had like a dimple in her chin. So I was just slightly doing that same effect. And now I'm taking that same shade down the sides of my nose to contour, pretty much, you know, on normal like I usually. Okay, now I'm going into the crease of my eye, a little over more towards my nose contour, and then winging it out with that same dark brown just to define my crease and prepare to go in with my other shades. We're going to create a bit of a cut crease. So now I'm just going to highlight the high points of my face again, just to make my face look a little more bronze and golden. I don't want it to be just flat. I want to create even more definition. I believe her face did look a little golden in the picture. Can't really remember offhand, but if I'm doing it in the video, she must look a little golden. But I always love gold, so whether she had it or not, I'm going to throw on more gold. So that's what I did just to make my face pop a little bit more so it doesn't look so flat, and so it'll really glisten and look more radiant and royalty like. She just looked like a princess to me. So I want to look like a princess too. What can I say? So yeah, I'm just, like I said again, just going down the high points of my face, blending it in a little to my contour. And I'm just also going under my brow bone with that same shade. And I'm going to highlight the inner corners of my eyes as well with that exact same shade. Just to bring more light there and look more awake. And like I said, just glowing and radiant. So now I'm picking up this matte black from the Take Me to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to further deepen up my crease with that shade. And I'm using a pencil brush to achieve this because I don't want this black to be like too dramatic, going too high up. I mean, I know it's dramatic, guys, but yeah, I don't want it to go too high up. I want to, you know, try to focus it in a certain area. So you want to use a smaller, more tapered brush to do so. And now on the outer perimeters, I'm just going to slightly blend that out, just very slightly. And you're going to just wing that out and bring it into your contour and swoop it right on back around. And now with a flat brush, I found flat brushes to be, to make creating a cut crease a lot more easier because, like, it's flat. So, I mean, I don't know, it just scopes around your eyelids so perfectly. So, trust me, if you're trying to do a cut crease, definitely use a flat brush to do that. A small flat brush. So now I'm just sculpting out my crease with that, it's a matte black gel liner by Maybelline. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just sculpting out my crease area, bringing it up a little bit more just to make it a little more dramatic. I don't want it to be perfectly in the crease, so just above the crease. And I'm just going to wing that out, go with the shapes of my face. So like right into that bone and wing it right on up, creating more of like a cat eye. And I'm also adding, I guess that would be an inner cat eye. But yeah, I'm just defining the inner corners of my eye, exaggerating it a bit more. It's more, I don't know, if you just see more royalty paintings of like either Asian women or Egyptian, they really define their eyes, like even the inner corners of their eyes. So I just wanted to like drag that out a bit and create that cat-like look, or make my eyes look a little bit more Asian-like, if you will. And with the end of that, I just wing that up, and I'm grabbing that same matte black shade, and I'm just tapping that over the areas that I applied the liner, just to set the liner. And I'm also going under my eyes, right under my waterline, just to create a smoky effect. And I'm just grabbing this, that same brown that we used to contour with earlier. I'm bringing that right on under that black that we just applied, just to smoke it out and make it look a little less harsh. So still get the same effect, but not as harsh. So we just want to warm up the black as well. Okay, and now again with that same gel liner by Maybelline, I'm using that to sculpt out my eyebrows, to give them a little more shape, fill them in, but very gently. You want to use like a very light hand and create hair-like motions, and like, I don't know, just wisp it across where you want to place it. So I'm exaggerating my brows a little more to go with the curve of my eyes. Very reminiscent in royalty paintings of like Egyptian women or Asian women. And now I'm also using that same eyeliner to just sculpt out, just create little like brush stroke designs going down the sides of my face, really going with the shape of my cheekbones. And I'm also using that same gel liner to I guess set my lipstick, the outer perimeters. We're going to create like an ombre effect. In the picture, her lips was red and it was, shading through painting, but I wanted to kind of create that same effect on my lips. So I'm using that same gel liner just to like deepen the red, so it looks a little more like a painting, very exaggerated, and an ombre effect. Okay, again, I'm grabbing the Carli Bybel palette, and this time I'm grabbing the deeper bronze golden shade, and I'm using this to further warm up my face a little. So this is going between the brown contour that we applied earlier and between the more golden highlighter that we applied as well. So this will go right in between those, and this is just, again, just adding a little bit of more warmth and, more color to my face. And now I'm picking up this really deep, rich gold shade. This is more like, I don't know, it has the consistency of like a matte lipstick almost, just a little creamier, I guess. So I guess more of like a satin finish, but it's very pigmented. If you don't have like a gold paint or something that's extremely pigmented, what you can do is sculpt out like this same area, like the same neck piece area, with like white paint, or yeah, I guess like a white paint, or maybe like a white pencil, but of course it's going to take you a while to apply a white pencil, so preferably a white paint, and just map out that same area, then apply your gold over top, or you can use gold glitter. So now again with that same gel liner by Maybelline, I'm using that to just sculpt out some details that I noticed in the painting that I found really beautiful. So she had like a black outline on certain areas of her the collar area, and I'm just going ahead and trying to set this because I really don't want this paint to move anywhere, so I just thought this would help a little. I mean, I guess it did a little when it dried, but you'll see later that I actually added translucent powder to really set it. I mean, it takes away from a little from the shiny gold effect, but I guess next time I would actually use an actual gold paint that has more of like a matte finish, like so it'll stay and not move, because this was just a little creamy, but you definitely want to use a translucent powder to set it. So yeah, again, I'm going back in with some of the black detailing throughout the collared area. Um, Yeah, so I mean, if you just want to get this exact and perfect, I would definitely recommend using a reference picture. If you're doing something like this, because you want it to look a little more realistic and detailed. Like, I'm just a detail freak, so I like to, just really have a reference picture to get it a little more exact or more realistic. And the collar was just beautiful, period. Like, there was just so many details in it, and I was just automatically drawn to when I saw how big it was in gold. Like, so yeah, I just fell in love with it. So here I go now, grabbing that translucent powder by Ben Nye, and I'm just patting that over the areas that I applied the um the black liner, and also in like crease areas like around my breast and like towards my underarms, where like if I move to go paint a different section where it would most likely like swipe and smear it. So this really helped wonders. Like, as soon as I put it on, it just like dried everything up and really made it stay in place. So now I'm going in with that same bronzy shade that we just used by the Carli Bybel palette. And again, I'm just applying that same golden bronze shade. I'm applying that golden bronze shade just to create more depth to our gold collar, to create like slight like curves and, like I said, depth, and just make it look a little more realistic and warm it up a bit. So I'm just going in areas that, like, I don't know, I just looked at the picture and also just went with the curves of my body, like areas that, my body like sinks in, or like there's shapes too, so you want to go in the depth of those shapes and create your shading. And so I'm going right into that area that I created the shading, but in the center with a smaller brush, and this will just further create more definition and realistic like to our collar. And this is a matte brown. I'm going in with that same gel liner that we used before, and I'm just sculpting out or sketching out like little wispy, squiggly lines and things that the painter portrayed in the painting on her collar. It's like Chinese artwork that she has, like where they use like those wispy brush strokes. So I'm trying to create that same effect here. Like I said, again, definitely try to use a reference picture to do this. Or if you're really familiar with Chinese art, then go ahead and knock yourself out. Get creative. They used a lot of like waterfalls. There's like people, if you can see in there a little, but it's all like very like light brush strokes, really pretty. So then I just grabbed this matte red eyeshadow from the Take Me to Brazil palette, and just further creating the little details that are on the collar in the painting. And now I'm picking up again NYX Jumbo White Pencil in Milk, and I'm using that to just add those other little areas that are in the details on the collar. So it was like clouds, again in the waterfall and things like that. So now I'm grabbing that matte brown, and I'm using that to create shading underneath the collar, so that it looks like it's sitting on top of my skin and not just so flat. And now I'm grabbing this white face paint and a flat brush, and I'm just using that to create highlights on the collar, just to make, I don't know, the gold really pop out and make it look more golden and shiny. So yeah, our look is all completed. I hope you guys really enjoyed this makeup tutorial. Stay tuned for new tutorials coming every single week. And thanks so much for watching. Ciao guys, love you.